Yeah, you see, they like yo, yo, yo. All right.
Too lazy. In the cut. In the cut.
What up?
Yo,
What's going on, family? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Live in the Cut podcast, man. We got a special guest today that I'm super excited to have. And he happens to be a Queens native. He is a master jeweler.
yes, sir.
The master jeweler, not a master jeweler, but the master jeweler. And I actually met this individual through a good friend of mine, Hollywood. Hollywood is, introduced me. I was looking for some jewelry. I was looking to get some custom jewelry done. And not only was I blown away with the actual end product, but the customer service and just being, it felt like I was doing business with family just right off the bat. So I appreciate you.
Already know.
And I wanted to welcome you to the stream, man. Welcome to the Live in the Cut show, baby.
Live in the cut.
Live in the Cut. So, let's just jump right into this question, because I know a lot of people besides myself are looking to this. We in some special times right now, and the last time I seen you was, we were like in this was like prime time pandemic.
I
Yeah. And I remember even asking you about like gold as an investment, and things like that. And during the pandemic, things change. And people are looking for refuge in different places, whether it's stocks, bonds, crypto at the time, but overall, just as an investment overall, jewelry, gold. Right now, is it on with Twiz, the master jeweler perspective, is it a good investment? Is jewelry a good investment? And is it something that we should get into or look into, or is there a certain time for that?
There's always a better time, but there's never a wrong time. A quick example is if you bought gold when it was high, and right now, let's say it took a little dip, it'll balance out, or you'll still be up due to the inflation. As we can see everything around us, inflation is up. What was it last time? 9%, something like that. So if you got up now, your dollar is not worth what it was when you wanted to get in and buy an investment piece, whether it be a watch, a gold chain, a diamond piece, whatever it is. So in reality, the most honest answer is there is really never a wrong time. Just get in and start finagle your way from there. So
I feel you. I feel that because I've learned it's also dependent on the times, you know. Whatever time it's in, it could be during a recession, could be not be during a recession. Someone could have bought a Rolex or gold at a certain time and it was at one certain price, and a couple years later you're getting it. So it's definitely I like where you went with that. So but there's a lot of people on here right now. I see some people on the IG check-in. I see some people. What's up, IG?
IG, what's up?
I see some people on the YouTube check-in. What's going on, YouTube? You know, you guys could definitely tap in. You know,
share the link. Share the link.
Share the link. Say hello. Get your friends on here. Get your family on here.
Haas, what's up? Haas, Johnny, what's up?
What's up?
Yellow Boy.
We
Doc, best in the game. Ray, whole bunch of people, bro. We just showing love, spreading love, you know.
Love, man, love. And you know, before we start and really get into the right before we get into the get into your story and things like that, I want to do one or two things, man. I want to do a quick drip check. We call it the drip check, man. I see you got some drip going on. Obviously, the chain. We got to start with the chain.
We'll start with the chain.
But what we got there right now?
It's a rose gold Twiz piece. It's two-tone. I don't know if you guys can see.
Yeah.
But the background is black diamonds. We got white diamonds on the borders with a Hermes link diamond chain, rose gold as well. You know, something casual. But real special moment, real quick to begin the podcast. This is one of my favorite shirts, Vendetta NYC.
Shout out to Vendetta NYC.
Shout out to Vendetta, man. Tone, good friend. He passed away not long ago. So in honor to his name and my brother right here, we're gonna take a shot under his name and to celebrate his life. I'm getting goosebumps. Shit is crazy,
bro. But salute Ash, to that, man.
Cheers, my brother, and thank you for having us. And cheers to him and anybody who lost somebody. Right? Ooh, yeah,
man.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, man.
Let's get it.
So listen, if you guys are just tuning in, you know, this is your first time, you know, joining us on the Live in the Cut podcast. You know, my main goal, man, my background, right? For those who don't know, again, my name is Jive. I'm a barber by trade, but I'm an entrepreneur at heart. And, you know, I want to use this platform to be able to just use this platform to really spread information, man. The power of the internet, the reach of the internet is so strong, man.
Crazy.
I've been telling this story for for the past few days, actually. One of my uncles I was just telling Twiz this story. He just got a smartphone for the very first time. This dude is at least like going on 60. And it don't matter what age you are, with a smartphone, you know, you could get hip to things real fast. And now that he's on Facebook and things like that. And, you know, not your world is opened up once you hear different types of stories. So I love getting people that are on here that are hustlers, that are entrepreneurs, people that are really, you know, just started off as the average regular day person and was able to get out the, you know, really go run through the trenches and really make some things happen. You know, again, all walks of life. And, you know, if I'm able to do that with this platform and spread this type of game around the world, man, that would be for me, I would be happy with that. Awesome. And if somebody wants to do something with it, whether they want to start a barbershop, whether they want to start become a jeweler. I was watching a lot of jewelry videos. I realized really anybody could be a jeweler, right? But it comes with a lot of skill, a lot of work ethic, right? So, you know, what we're going to do is we want to dive into the backstories of different entrepreneurs and different things. So today we got Twiz, the master jeweler. But
brother, thank you.
So talk about it, man. Like, you know, I got introduced to you, you know, through a friend and through Hollywood, and you know, we grew up. You know, a lot of us grew up, you know, here in New York. We see the jewelry, we see the bling, we see it everywhere.
Yes, sir.
It's if you grew up loving hip hop, shout out to all the hip hop fans. Definitely. It was all in our faces. and you know the Cuban links, the iced out rollies, all these different things, and you know, but people don't know that there's a business behind it, or you know how it even starts. A lot of people don't know that there's you could be a manufacturer, you could be the retailer, you could be, so many different things in the industry, so many different lanes. But before we tap into that, tell the people that may not know your backstory, who you were before you was a jeweler, the master jeweler, and everything that you've been up to this date, till post-pandemic, till literally till today.
I'll bring it back to the very early beginnings, bro.
Bring it back.
Fresh out of high school, the school route really wasn't the route for me. So I jumped into construction right away. And I was how old am I? 18, 19, something like that. Working 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., busting my ass, getting to the block. All my friends are playing. I'm tired as hell. I can't even hang out. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is not for me. So I put it to the side. I take like a 2-month hiatus. And then my aunt, shout out to my aunt, Patricia. Tia Pati, you heard?
Shout out to Tia.
Yeah. So she was a cleaning lady at this jewelry company. I won't say any names to not get anybody in trouble. And I went in as a messenger and as a gopher. I was the guy to go pick up the coffee, go pick this up, blah, 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 blah. And I grew up with every aspect of what New York teaches you in the streets. Graffiti life, street life, being outside,
bike life,
street racing life, very early at its golden era of it. So fast forward, not to get too sidetracked, I start drawing graffiti, somebody's name or something, or somebody's face, and the owner sees me, and this is during lunchtime, and he calls me into the office, and I'm like, damn, on a weekend, I'm getting in trouble. And he gives me the deal of a lifetime. He's like, listen, I see you're good with your hands. You're drawing this, that, and the third. I'm going to teach you how to be a jeweler, but you're going to start at the bottom as far as pay. So minimum wage, I climbed the ladder.
How do you know this guy?
Who?
You said the guy that introduced you.
No, that was the owner of the company.
Oh,
my aunt got me into the company.
Got you.
I was a gopher, bro. I was a messenger. And just because I was drawing, they said I was good with my hands. I'm a real jeweler. Like, I do stuff with my hands, and they teach me how to be a jeweler. And 18, 19 years later, I can proudly say right now, I'm one of the master jewelers at Tiffany & Co. And
let's get it.
Thank you. And this is where I'm venturing out to Twiz the Jeweler. Most of you know me by what I do, the best Jesus piece in the game right now, humble brag. And
you got, I gotta check that out.
Everything else that I do,
Yeah. So 18, 19 is when you start, you get introduced to the jewelry game, is what you're saying, right? And because your aunt was working as a cleaner, you said, right?
Cleaning lady, yeah.
And so what company was this? Or it was in the Diamond District?
Yeah, Diamond District.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I leave that name out to not get anybody in trouble,
I got you. No worries. So now you get introduced to it. What makes you like, you know what? I'm gonna take this on. I'm about this.
I was really good at it fast for somebody that didn't go to school for it. People have to go to 2-3 year training to learn the basics. I learned it in a month.
Wow.
So I picked it up really quick, and now fast forward, I master almost every aspect of jewelry making in regards to designing, making the stuff from scratch, a piece, the idea, the creative aspect of it, of creating something different than everyone else. I get my hands dirty, and I'm pretty good at it. So,
for sure. I could attest to it, man. And so, a lot of people don't really know the process of making jewelry, right? Like, could you run down, like, real quick, what's the process of making something real quick?
Oh, so real quick, let's say you hit me up. Hey, Twiz, I want to make a J pendant. So the first step would be, hey, what's the budget? What dimensions? What metal? Blah, blah, blah. We'll 3D design it on a computer CAD file. From there, it gets 3D printed into a wax-like form. And then from there, we take that and we cast it into any desired metal that you like, i.e. 14 karat yellow gold, white gold, rose gold, platinum, silver, whatever your taste is.
Right.
So, and then from there, I do what I do. We get our hands dirty, and we get the finished piece, product, in other words.
Man, it's you break it down, it's such a science, bro. Like
Yeah.
the way that you, and not to mention as many steps as there are. I asked him to make a piece for me. By the time I could even say like, I don't even know if I'm fully like I want to do this. It was already done, bro. I was hyped for that.
That's the difference between I guess I'll speak for myself. I'm an actual jeweler. A lot of these other people, like you said earlier, they'll be a salesman or the image for a certain company or whoever. So they're not the ones that get their hands dirty or really do the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're just the person that you deal with at the store, and then they'll send it to people like myself.
Right, aka like more like someone that's retail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So when you got something with a piece made with me, I'm the one that's doing it. I'm sending the customer step-by-step progress pictures, and they're like, "What the hell is this?" Because they don't have the vision until the piece is done at the end, and at the very end, they're like, "Wow, I never knew the process it takes to get to that level."
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah, so
I was like, "Yo, this is."
It is pretty cool. I don't like to leave any client in the blind. You know, if I was a client and I went to spend X, Y, and Z dollars, and I don't hear from nobody in 2-3 weeks, they're like, "Your piece is done." Like, okay, how does it look? Like, what if I don't like it at the end?
Right.
That's why I provide that service.
Love that.
We're all on the same page.
Love that. Love that. Love that. So, you get involved at a real young age, right? I see, the RG is live right now.
Crazy, right? Hold on, let me give a
Go ahead. Say
quick shout out. My boy Birkin, Ricky from Connecticut. I see you, my boy. I just did his engagement ring. My boy Ray, Long Island, Chico the Boss, Philly. I got love everywhere. People show me so much love. I'm so blessed and thankful. Who else is in here? Let me see. Yellow boy, what's up? Everybody tap in.
Tap in,
Wells,
tap in.
high school, everybody.
We live in the cut.
Live in the cut.
So,
Back to business.
you get involved at a real early age. I know for me, when I decided to become full-on entrepreneur, I definitely made some sacrifices. I definitely, I was looking at it like, I felt like I knew I worked better with my back against the wall. So I knew like, all right, there's no other option. I'm going straight for whether it's barbering, whether it's opening up a restaurant, a nail salon, whatever your trade is. And, you decided, hey, I'm going to do jewelry.
Yeah.
How much would you say it costed you to get started on this journey?
Money-wise?
Yeah.
My brother, you can start with as little as $1,000 just to get your feet wet.
Mm-hmm.
But to get into the big leagues, you need a lot of money or somebody backing you up, a line of credit.
Right.
But again, entrepreneurship is hard work. You got to have the work ethic, work under pressure. You go flip $1,000 into 2, make 2 into 4,
Yeah.
so on and so on. And we from Queens, my brother. Queens get the money. We figure it out one way or another.
Yes, sir.
Even if we don't make it, the customer's happy.
Yep, that's for sure.
It comes back full circle.
So you could get involved with as little as $1,000. And you say you had a mentor, someone that you was learning from.
Yeah.
Who was this guy? Like the guy that was in the
No. So this guy I met at the first company, and this guy, his name was Fernando. Older guy, Ecuadorian. Bro, in the first year, I wanted to rip this guy's head off. He was so difficult on me, bro. You're doing this wrong. He's like, you're working backwards. You're not progressing. This, that, and the third. So I'm like, bro, I'm doing it the best way that I can. On my learning stages. So fast forward now, I realized that I needed that push, that make me hungry to achieve whatever level he wanted me to be at. And that's how I got the skills that I got today. And I owe it all to him and my aunt.
Right. Yeah, because she was the introducer to the door.
One that got me in. And a lot of these places, you can't just walk in. Like, they're not for regular people,
I mean, if you go to the Diamond District right now, a lot of people that's pushing this stuff, they don't look like us. Mm-hmm. It's safe to say.
Correct.
And, so it's like, how is it coming from the outside going in? Like, you know what? I might not be the same race, nationality as y'all, but you know what? I'm going to be the master jeweler one day. How was that? Like, what was that switch? What was the battery behind that?
My brother, shit. In the most honest way, it used to bother me calling somebody that was younger than me, maybe at that time, a boss or something. Because I'm like, I could be the boss. I can do that. Why can't he do it, but I can't? So I let my hands talk for themselves. I learned the craft. I mastered it. And I just climbed the ladder little by little. It didn't happen overnight. So everybody out there, it does not happen overnight. You have to work hard, keep pushing those days that you don't want to get up and go to work. And you're like, I'm going to just call in, or I don't want to do this. That's when you got to go twice as hard. So
I heard a quote that said, I heard this yesterday. They said an overnight success is really 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, that's really what it is. And you know, a lot of us just see the end result. They see the podcast, they see the master jeweler, right? So but I feel that I was the same exact way. You know, just early on, I started working when I was 14, and I was like, you know what, like, I'm working harder. Forget about even just the boss, but just like the person next to me. I'm working harder than this guy, and he getting paid the same amount as me. Like,
or if not more.
Yeah, if not more. And
so
I'm just
that
like,
makes you feel away, and you're like, I gotta go harder. Like,
yeah,
let them recognize me for my skills.
I'm like, nah, we gotta do something different,
Definitely.
man. So you know, but your journey, you know, so you've been doing this for, let's say, 18, 19 years. You said, right, around that time. Damn, I hit 20. Jesus. This guy's been doing jewelry for more than a lot of some of y'all that's gonna be tuning in here.
That's a fact. Shout out
to
the young boys too, though. They holding it down.
Yeah.
Know.
So you know, 18, 19 years, it ain't all like, you know, sunshines and daisies and, you know, easy going. You know, in that amount of time, you know, what is one of the things that you learned? Not even, you know, it could have been about the industry, it could have been about entrepreneurship. It could have, you know, what is one of the biggest struggles that you had to go through during this tenure, you know, of your time as a master jeweler?
Dealing with different personalities. Everyone thinks that they paid. No, let me rephrase that. The customer bought the jewel. The customer didn't buy the jeweler. You know what I mean? So dealing customer service, sometimes dealing with people on a high volume. I had this happen 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. A customer, somebody was inquiring about a piece, and I didn't answer this person in 2 minutes because I was working with my hands doing stuff. And he responded like, "Oh, I don't like your energy. I don't like your vibe. You're taking too long to answer my questions. This, that, and that." He went crazy. I'm not gonna repeat what he said, but he went crazy, and I was shocked. I was just like, "Wow, I'm sorry. This is the info you requested 4 minutes later. I'm sorry I couldn't get back to you in 2." So having to deal with the knuckleheads, or not knuckleheads, because it's still a blessing because they're trying to reach out to you,
right?
But just dealing with the different personalities that people have on. The fast turnaround times, and this, that. If somebody's upset one day, it rubs off on them, and it rubs off on you. And energy, it's all based on energy. I like good vibes, good energy. A lot of my followers on the ground, salute to you guys again. They show me so much love. You, my brother, I'm here because of you. You show me so much love, and vice versa. So, you know, I like to gravitate towards good energy, and then that's been my biggest upbringing.
No, a lot of people working with people is tough, man. Working with people is tough, and that's why a lot of people don't realize about you know, starting your own journey, man. It's like that's what the trenches really look like.
Yes,
you know, you could see the final piece, but you didn't realize this dude was just bitching at me about I didn't respond 2 minutes.
Or like,
you know what I'm saying? You know, so I get it.
Or I could have had a rough day,
bro.
We all have bad days, right? And I'm like, I gotta finish this job by a certain time, and I gotta put all emotions to the side, and just get it done and keep pushing.
Man, so you know, dealing with people is one thing, and that's any business that you in, customer service. You know, there's no, we don't got no middleman for customer service.
No.
We customer service.
Exactly, we do everything.
So you know, so you go through your journey. You're 18, 19 years into the game.
Yes, sir.
And even before, people see, who you are today and your brand, what was your first sale like? Because when I first cut my, the first person I cut, luckily they were willing, and they were, to be that person. But we talk about jewelry. I don't know how that
totally
is, right?
different. So at the first place that I started working at, again, keeping the name out, not on here, one of my good friends from street racing, he's getting married. So he's like, my brother, I want you to make the ring for me, the rings.
Also, it was a wedding ring.
Yeah, wedding rings. But I
Okay.
specialize in wedding rings. All these pieces, this is like piece of cake, in other words, compared to the wedding rings that we do.
This is easier than the
This
wedding
is
ring?
easier than the wedding rings. So he gave me the opportunity. He was the first one. I do got to shout him out. My boy Ian from Midnight Auto back in the days. I don't know whatever he's repping.
Shout out to Ian, man.
He was the very first one. I don't even know if he's on the live. Probably not.
He'll see it.
But he'll see it. And he gave me my first opportunity at making something, and he fell in love with it. And ever since then, I've just been pursuing the dream, my personal dream, which is
love that.
this jewelry stuff.
That's fire.
Yes,
and making your first sale always gives you that stamp, like
Certified.
they really like this.
Yeah.
Like
you did that. Like, okay.
And wedding rings are a whole nother thing, because he's, we're, as men, we're requesting it, but really who needs to like it is the female. And that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother right there.
It's funny because I had asked you.
Yeah.
I had asked you, like, yo, how do you, you've been through this, I'm sure, numerous times. How do you find out what the good? And you was just like, yo, why don't you just ask her?
Ask her. The best advice to any male, female, anyone getting married and you're buying a ring for your partner, the best advice I could tell you, talk to them, pick their brain, see what style of rings they like. Because the biggest mistake you could get, let's say you get your partner a engagement ring with a round center, but they love a square center ring. They're gonna love it because you gave it to them, but internally they're gonna say, "Oh, this is not what I wanted."
Nah.
So, and as a guy, it kind of sucks that you gave them something that they're gonna love regardless. But
exactly,
just talk to them, pick their brain, see where their head is at in regards to styles and all that, and it'll make your life a lot easier.
Thank them later for that, man, because that was a jewel, man. I was looking forever. I'm like, how am I gonna finagle this and find out what they like? Well, I'm sure there's a bunch of guys that's like, yo, how do we find out what she likes without giving it away? They don't know when you're gonna give it to them. Here's the best part, right? I got this from, I forgot who told me this, but let's just say you ask them, hey, what do you want as a wedding ring? And they're gonna tell you exactly what they want.
Of course.
So you might be thinking like, damn, I'm giving away the surprise. But now in reality, it's like, at least they know you thinking about it.
Yes.
They just don't know when you're gonna give it.
Yeah. Definitely.
So you better tell them, hey, you better act right. That's when you're gonna get it. No, I'm playing. So, one thing that I always I always look forward to is different models of like marketing. And jewelry, I feel like, is a whole nother animal too, because nowadays you can find jewelry online. You could go on different websites and things like that, and then you can simply go to the diamond district. And then when you go to the diamond district, that's a whole nother animal. There's stores left and right.
Yeah, they're like sharks outside. They're like, we might go, come here, check me out, this, that, and the third. It's like, bro, can I just look in peace? And they don't. They go crazy over there.
So how would you say somebody finds a good deal for jewelry or something like that? Like if I was looking to make a chain, a watch, a ring, how do I know I'm not getting jerked? Or how do I know, what I'm saying?
For starters, let's say you're looking for a timepiece, a Rolex or whatever, any timepiece. Definitely do a little bit of research. There's a lot of people on YouTube that do reviews. Shout out to Cuba. Cuba is a great review guy on YouTube. His YouTube is Cuba Knows. He reviews all sorts of jewelry.
I've seen his jewelry.
He's amazing. He's amazing. So you could do a little research and like, hey, I'm looking into this timepiece. Maybe somebody reviewed it. Somebody purchased one. The price points where I should be at. Same thing for a ring or a chain. It's have a little bit of knowledge before going to shop, because if you have zero knowledge, a lot of those people, let's say on the diamond district, they're gonna try to take advantage of you, try to make the
Right.
best bank that they can, the buck that they can, and so if you have a little bit of knowledge in regards to whatever it is that you're getting, you're not going in blindfolded. So
for me, like a lot of us here, the different types of gold, 14 karat, 1824, right? What is it exactly when you're breaking it down? Because a lot of people don't realize too, like you can't really 24 karat gold is not the most worn. It's like that's if you're getting a bar of gold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how is it if you could break down the different carats of gold?
So 20, 22, and 24 karat gold is pure gold. It's very soft. It scratches easily. The Asian and Indian community, they do a lot of 22 karat gold in their culture. Very creative, nice pieces, but again, it's almost pure gold, so it scratches and bends easily. The most popular karat gold is 18K worldwide, but it is a little bit pricier versus 14 karat because 14 karat is, what is it, 55%, I think it is, percent pure gold, something along those lines. And that's what's more popular nowadays, 14 karat and white, rose, yellow gold. Everyone does their chains in 14K or pieces. Some people even do 10 karat gold in their pieces because they want to focus most of their budget into the diamonds that they're going to use. So, for instance, something like this where you don't really see too much gold, where it's just a lot of stones.
Yeah.
Somebody could say, I don't care what it weighs or what gold it is. It's going to look the same.
Right.
I want to put more of my budget into the diamonds. I want nice diamonds. I want it to dance when the sun or the light is hitting it. So
I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got some people on the check-in. We got, man, listen, your IG's going nuts right now.
See it. Let me see.
So this is what I would say. If you on his IG, tap into Live in the Cut. The link on
my story.
On his story.
I put the YouTube link on the story. Everybody tap in on the YouTube.
The reason why I say that though is because we'll be able to read your comments on the stream. Because right now I'm sure we can't keep up.
I can't keep up or see what everyone's saying.
But anyways, if you happen to be free, tune into the YouTube. Again, this is gonna be on here for the future. Thousands of people are gonna see this, and be able to tap into this in the future either way. But what I want to, what I'm always interested in is on the business end is a marketing aspect.
Yeah.
So you get involved. You make your first sale. You make the wedding ring for your homie, and how do you scale it? How do you market it from there, right? Because it's not like I do one haircut and now I get all the customers on the block, or you do one ring and everybody. Yes, your work speaks for itself, but there has to be a level of, again, this is a business.
Yes.
So what are some things that you did as to market yourself that really was like got it jump started?
Well, to backtrack a little bit before that,
because there was no IG, I'm sure.
There was no IG back then, so you had to be outside to be in the know,
Right.
So, like I said, my upbringing is the bike life. I don't want to say famous, but I knew so many people in the motorcycle community, in the street racing community, in the graffiti community, then the clubbing community. So I just knew so many people, and the best marketing for me was word of mouth, I guess. After they saw the first ring that I did for my friend, his friend saw, and then his friend came to me, and then that person's friend came to me, and then everybody saw a little buzz going, like, okay, this kid is all right.
Right.
And trust, and you gotta deliver. You have to deliver. You promise something to somebody, you have to deliver in any business. If it's a haircut, I come to you from wherever I live.
Right.
I know what to expect. A great haircut, and you always got to do your best.
Word of mouth, yeah. I mean, word of mouth has been the greatest form of advertising since Jesus Christ, man.
Jesus Christ,
for real.
Yep.
And IG comes along, and obviously people see your work, and things like that. But the jewelry district is different, right? Because you don't have like a store? You know, I mean, personally, you don't have like a storefront or
Not yet.
things like that, right? Not yet.
Not yet.
In the works.
It's in the works.
In the works. Listen, y'all better tap in now because yesterday's price ain't today's price. I tell you that.
That's a fact, bro.
So talk about that. You know, as we talk about pricing, right? Like, how do you scale your pricing? You know, because obviously you start dealing with friends and then friends and family, and then you move forward. And you know, again, this is a business.
Yes.
So there's lines that that you have to cross. There's just ways that you can scale this and actually make a living for yourself, so you don't feel like you're slaving away.
Yeah.
As passionate as you are about it. So talk about it. Like, I'm sure you started off at one price and then you scale it to another price. How was that transition, or how was that process?
That process is very difficult, to be honest, my brother, because I don't have the storefront yet, but I do everything online, and I'm trying to finalize the website. But the website is such a headache because each item is different. So each item could have a certain diamond, and the specs is different than the cheaper, than the more expensive. Then it's another monster when you get into your business. But we're almost done. We're almost finalized. But not to get too sidetracked. Since I don't have the overhead of a storefront, I'm able to keep prices a lot cheaper than the competitors for the same type of quality work. Again, use my Jesus piece as reference. The only other person, there's a few other people who do something similar, and their prices are almost double. Oof.
That
I have a lot of people on my live right now can attest to that, and I thank everybody for their support. But again, I do try my best to keep my prices as low as possible for the caliber of quality that I'm delivering on any piece. And brother, like any other job, there's times where I'm negative. Like I misquoted the job or it came out more expensive. And let's say you bought a $5,000 piece from me and growing pains. It cost me $55, so I'm negative $5.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lose my customer over. No. Keep it pushing, clients happy. Let's keep moving. Let's build this relationship. Trust this, that, and the third. Oh, this guy looked out for me. Maybe he's gonna look out for you. Right. Of course, and word of mouth, and it repeats, and it's a repeating cycle. So
definitely, because that's a lot of people that start, especially that are just starting off, early entrepreneurs. They're like, man, I don't even know what to charge this guy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So let's see what's going on here. We got a few people on here. My guy DJ. Ricky, I've been rocking, bro, since 2016. He's been rocking since 2016. Never purchased jewelry from somebody else. If you're in the market, tap in. Let's go. Honesty is more valuable than actual gold.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Personally, that was the currency when I met you. I was like, man, I don't really care. I knew I was gonna pay whatever I was gonna pay, but again, it was more the hospitality, the communication and literally everything was transparency, bro. I felt I didn't feel like I was gonna get got, like going to like Chinatown or going to Diamond District, things like that. So especially if it's your first time, man, Twiz is definitely the guy to tap into. So
I do gotta give a special shout out to the person you wrote right there, New York, aka Jose Haas. I know my boy since 12, 13 years old, something like that. I am 38 years old now, and he's pushed me, bro. He's like, bro, you gotta do this, do that, get creative, everything. There's been times that I've been invited to events. My first hip hop event that I've been invited to was from Axel Leon from the Bronx.
Yeah. Shout out to Axel. Yeah.
He invited me to SOBs. It's like a Wednesday night, 10, 11 p.m. I'm tired. I just got home. I'm like, fuck it, I gotta go, right? And who do I call? My boy Haas. Yo, Haas always comes through for me, bro. No matter the time. And we went, and that day we had a blast. We got in for free. We were in the back room. We met this dude, Fred the Godson was there. A whole bunch of people. It was just amazing. And I built so many sales from that night and built relationships and networking.
Right.
That I did not want to go, and because of him.
We always need somebody like that, man.
We always need friends like him, man. And it's a blessing to have good people around you in this entrepreneurship life or any business that you have, because to help promote your business, it costs zero.
Exactly.
You can repost
Exactly.
on the gram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is that you're on. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It costs you zero. So my guy's been holding me down forever. I have a lot of friends like that. I can't even think of so many names. Just real quick, my boy Stacks, Esco, Hollywood Stunts, he'll put us together, you
Yep.
know. Mickey Love, Queen's Finest. He's a Queen's legend. I don't even got to say anything else about him.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many people. Butch Rock.
Shout out to Butch.
Shout out to Butch Rock, man.
So you see the love here, man.
There's love.
You see the love,
Nikki,
man.
Nikki, Florida Nikki. I'm working on it. I'm still working on the. I don't gotta say it, but it's almost done.
Listen, man, get it done before he gets the storefront. Because once that's up, so
I will always show love, regardless.
So one thing I did want to know is I'm thinking, bro. Ever since I opened up the shop, I was like, this logo right here, I need to get it done somehow. And you were the first person, obviously, that came to mind. So I need to get that out there. We're gonna make that right. But let's talk about you were talking about you went to your first hip hop event, you got introduced, you started networking. For a lot of people that don't know, you've done jewelry for some big names. And I seen you do jewelry for Cormega.
My God, forever, love
right
that
there.
Guy. Love that guy.
So how did you get involved with him? How did you end up linking with him?
My brother on the gram. It was just like, bro, I'm a fan of your music. I've always been a fan of his music.
You hit him up.
I hit him up. He posted something about a song, and I'm like, yo, bro, I love that song. He's like, salute. And I DM him. I'm like, yo, I'm really a fan, dog. I'm not just saying it. Like, I love all the music. And ever since then, he showed me love. So he's like, yo, bro, come to one of the events. And just networking. Now he's one of my really good friends. And I could call him and he'll pick up anytime.
That's so fire.
And not to name drop too many other people. Butch Rock connected me with Capone. Capone and Noriega.
Bro, who else? Who's on the top of your list that's like favorite people that you worked with?
Top of the list. Hip hop wise?
Any
artist?
Your favorite people that you work with, the big name, whatever it is.
Bro. Oh my God. I have just regular people who have become family.
Yeah.
And I've done numerous pieces for engagement rings. People who, again, my boy Ricky from Connecticut. I did a set of grills for him. God knows how long ago. He believed on the work, and he came back, got something for his son, for his wife. I just did his wife's engagement ring, and I don't know him like that. We never met. Like, we've seen each other maybe 2-3 times, but it's like, yo, it's like family. The gram or any social media brings people together, like genuine supporters. It's crazy, like the amount of love that's out there. Believe it or not, but there's haters.
Right. But
you steer away from that negative energy, and
100%.
It outweighs with the positive.
You reached out to a lot of people. A lot of people really won't go out of their way to reach out to people like that, especially their idols or bigger names and stuff like that. Are you reaching out to to more people like that in that way, or was it just because he was a fan?
Just because I was a fan. I've reached out to a couple of artists or just people I'm a fan of.
You get any no's?
Some people don't even answer. So it's like, but listen, now I understand it. Like I just said, that guy that got mad over 2 minutes. My brother, when my gram is active, I'll get like 100 or 200 DMs in 5 to 10 minutes.
Oof.
So it's hard to keep up. Now imagine a celebrity.
Exactly.
So sometimes they won't even see it. So I can't discredit them, but Of
course. It's just the nature of the business, man, and it's not a personal thing for sure. So and I get that a lot too. It's like when you're doing, I only have 2 hands. I could only cut so much hair in a day, right? So how would you say that you were able to manage that? Dealing with all the work, or is that something that you're still figuring out?
I want to say I figured it out, but I don't want to say I haven't. But I'm still learning more as I grow. Whenever I'm stressed or I'm upset, my boy Stacks tells me all the time. Probably one of my best friends. I can't say I have one best friend because I have like 3 or 4 that they're equally on the same level. But he tells me, like, my brother, 5 years ago we used to dream of days like this.
Mm-hmm.
So your problems today are 5 year ago blessings. So he's always pushing that on my head, like, count the blessing, count the blessing. Don't worry about the BS or the bad energy. The blessing is always there, and if you focus on the good energy, you're gonna figure out whatever it is that's on your hands, whatever task.
I love that.
That's
I love that. And if you haven't figured out the theme, we've been on here for a little under an hour, right? We're about to hit the hour mark in a little bit.
That's crazy.
If you haven't understood the vibe already, that Twiz is family. Like, if you do business with him, you're in good hands. That's literally the energy that I got from him without even, again, really knowing him right off the bat. And here we are. So, again, all the people that are here on the check-in, I see y'all. Hold on. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. Facebook is active. YouTube is active. I know your IG is there. I know, show them some love. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you drop a like. Subscribe to the YouTube. Live in the cut. Before I usually keep these on purpose, within the hour and things like that. But because I'm on purpose with time, man, and I know how valuable your time is, and because I know how valuable my time is when people ask me for favors and things like that. But if you're on here and you happen to have a question, maybe you want to ask, you got some time for questions?
Yeah, I got time. I'm chilling. If anybody got time, ask a question.
Yeah.
We're here.
So, if anybody asks questions, I know IG's here, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. If you have questions for Twiz, we're going to leave the last couple segments. You can start, asking them in the chat. Again, we'll probably see it more on YouTube, but if you catch it on your IG, let me know. And, we'll get to it. That's how we'll end it off. But while those questions come in, what I would like to tap into is, just, your whole journey, right? Starting off 18, 19, getting involved with the industry with your aunt. Then you get, plugged with Fernando, right? And so now you're in the game. So now your lane is more of like a master jeweler. You want to open, your next goal to open up the storefront. Where do you see it in the next 5 years or change or so? It could be in the next year,
My goal is to have the storefront and deal with more in person appointments only, kind of like the haircut, instead of having the walk-ins.
Exclusive.
Like more exclusive, like it's already, I don't want to say it's hard to reach me, because it's really not that hard to reach me.
Right.
But sometimes I do run out of time to the masses and respond to everyone at once. So there's gonna be the guy that gets upset because I didn't answer him right away. So if I could set up something like a appointment based, like a tattoo artist, and take things or jobs that way in 5 years in a nice, beautiful office, catch a good vibe.
Love that.
And that's where I see it.
Hopefully,
love that. God willing.
I love that. Listen, man, I saw one jeweler, it's female. She's a billionaire.
Nice.
And you might have heard her. I actually saw her on CNBC, and she has this experience where you go in and you the same exact way where you're basically getting your consultation, if that's what you call it. And they have I don't know if it's because she's a female, but she has like a nail salon in there. People doing their nails while they're doing it all. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, that's different right there. Not to say you're gonna have a nail salon in yours, but I see it's what I'm getting at is it is exclusive. Like you go in there with an appointment, and you get all of these services, the champagne, so I see that for you, man. And I know a lot of people will be looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So we do have some questions that pop. My guy Johnny F says, when's the next drop coming and what's the theme? Oof.
My boy Johnny.
Oof.
The theme. What I've been trying to do lately is stick to the micro pieces are in style. I want to keep everything on like the $1,000 budget instead of very expensive item, because it'll cater to a lot more people than if I drop something at 5K, 10K only. You know, I can reach more people that way, and again, help somebody get a nice piece at a decent price.
Gotcha.
You know, I can't say too much of what's gonna drop, but something's gonna drop, and when it drops, if you guys follow me, you know the demand is crazy. The pineapple chains are a huge hit.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
They're sold out 90% of the time because I have a list of people who want it. But tap in when you can. I'll put you on the list, and when they come, they're here. Same as the little Jesus pieces. You know, I've been trying to stock them, but bro, they're going because it's nice.
Bro,
It's
the micro
it's in
pieces
style.
are tough, man. The micro
It's in
pieces are
style,
tough.
too. You gotta move along with the times as well. Not the average day Joe is not wearing a big medallion. Micro pieces, nice, subtle, but nice detail, classy. You know,
The
it's
detail,
more style.
the detail on that for sure. I be seeing some Jesus pieces, man.
Bro,
They looking like
My guy.
Jesus pieces, yo.
A1, my boy A1. He
Shout out to A1, man.
His page is crazy. He's like, yo, he said Jesus piece looked like James Duran or somebody. My guy's off of perk 30 or something crazy. But yeah, you know,
I feel that. I like that, man, and I can't wait for the drop. But the pineapple, I fell in love with that when I first saw it because I've never seen anything like that done. But the Jesus line, if you guys have not seen it, go to his Instagram right now and tap in, see the Jesus line. I can't even tell you if there's any left, but Jesus, man.
Different.
So, again, keep the questions coming. We got a little bit more time on here.
Let me check my
Yeah, go ahead.
anybody
Say what's up to everybody there.
Shout out to Shadow Mob. What's up? My boy Chris. Who else is here? Any questions over here?
Yep, the Jesus piece.
They're talking about the Jesus piece. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting. The Jesus piece. See, they're just talking about the Jesus piece.
So, as a business, right?
Yes, sir.
You got to put money back into your business.
Always.
How much? Maybe in the beginning, or you had some sort of strategy, but like, how much money did you put back into your business to get it going?
It's like different waves. So sometimes 5K, 10K, 15K, 20K, it gets crazy.
Is it like, you do a job, for let's just say you do a job for 2K, you made, and it costed you $1,000 to get it done. That whole 2,000 is going back in?
Right back in. Right back in.
Love
it's
that.
the only way you're gonna grow.
Mm-hmm.
It's you live along your means, and whatever is extra that's coming, invest it in yourself. Yourself here, my brother. First time at your shop, this shop is beautiful. I know you went through the same growing pains. I remember seeing you on the gram, getting busy,
Yeah.
And I'm sure you reinvested everything back into here.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
definitely. And because a lot of people is like, especially when you're getting started, it's like you want to take a piece of your earnings or a big piece and like get to your whatever the things that you wanted, but it's really like, nah, you know what? I need to keep this going. This is for the long run. This is for the marathon. This ain't for the short-term stay. So, what do you think that sets the what do you think that sets you apart? And not only sets you apart, but it's going to give you the longevity to have the store, to have, the continued clientele, to have, just the continued success that you've been having.
2 words: transparency and honesty. I'm never going to lie to you. If whatever I tell you, that's what it's going to be. A lot of other jewelers, they'll sell you a dream and give you something else. So that's where I take stride in. I honesty and
bro, people could attest to it from the second that the second I met you, I felt that right away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was even grateful that Hollywood, put me in your direction because I was about to get
what's up too.
Hollywood. What up, Hollywood?
Hollywood, what's up?
I was ready to go online and drop a bag on something. I'm like, I can't even hold it yet until it gets here. I want to be able to see it, and communicate. So, they say Twiz gets his hands dirty. Johnny F says, I need mine in yellow gold, BBSE.
So he knows a little bit of what he wants,
Uh-huh.
Not everybody is in tune with what's what.
So we talked about gold, right? Gold is, different levels of gold. Diamonds. Talk about diamonds. Just break down diamonds real quick.
Bro, diamonds, it's another world. Just to keep it brief, for everyone out there that says VS diamonds on this piece or this da 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 da. VS comes in VS1, VS2. There's another grading into the VS diamond that a lot of people are not privy to, which is the cut, the polish, the symmetry. It's
Right.
a diamond fluorescent.
Yep.
A lot of the pieces that are that are priced very cheap and they claim that they're VS diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, a cut grading, it goes from excellent, very good, good, poor, fair, poor, very poor.
Mm.
There's way different levels of VS diamonds, and you don't know what you're getting, but they're just telling you, oh, they're
It's
VS.
a VS diamond, right?
You can have the lowest level of the VS diamond or the highest level.
Mm-hmm.
I like to start at the top, unless the customer asks me for something. Hey, my budget is X, Y, and Z,
Right.
but I want VS diamonds.
Right.
So I work with the customer. I tell you, give me your budget, and we'll find a way.
Mm.
We'll find a way to achieve that look that you want. So back to the diamonds really quick. There's different colors. There's polish, symmetry, fluorescent gradings. If for an example, an engagement ring, you want to go with a GI certified diamond. A GI certification on a diamond is equivalent to like the title of a car.
Right.
So it backs up what the item is versus somebody telling you, oh, this is a 1 carat VS
Mm-hmm.
E-color. But when you go get a professional appraisal, not a BS one done by some company that can do appraisals,
Right.
and it doesn't match what they told you, you're going to be upset.
Oof. And that,
For me,
yeah.
Transparency and honesty.
Feel that. So what's it, a lot of people are also hip to there's another type of diamond that is another alternative.
There's lab diamonds.
Lab
now,
diamonds,
lab
yeah.
diamonds.
What's your
There's-
take on that? Or is there, not that it's a negative or
I'm not for them, but I'm not against them. Again, there's a market for everyone.
Mhm.
If a lab diamond is not for you, there's people that do moissanites, the zirconias, the CZs, we call them. But if you can't afford the real diamond price, if you don't think you can ever spend that much money on whatever it is that you want, maybe consider a lab diamond.
Right.
Or a moissanite, or whatever is in your budget. Everyone has different spending habits or
Right.
spending limits. Some people on a wedding, I'll go cheap on a ring, and I won't even have a wedding, but I'm going to travel the world
Right.
instead of spending whatever you were going to spend.
On the wedding.
Or
Yeah.
the opposite, they might want the beautiful ring and bragging rights that I got a GIA
Right.
X, Y, and Z, so on. It's all personal preference at the end of the day. So
We need that triple X.
that triple X,
in it,
see?
right? Yeah, my God.
That's another thing that I do. That all my clients, I kind of school you a little bit, and
Nah, you school put me on.
when
Put me on.
whenever you want to get a engagement ring or anything that holds a big diamond, you want to have a triple X graded diamond. It's an excellent cut, excellent polish, and excellent symmetry. Regardless of the color and the clarity of that diamond, if those other 3 things are excellent, that's the best sparkle that you're gonna get on a diamond, regardless of the other specs.
Man.
So
Make sure you doing your homework when your jeweler giving you that certification.
that's a fact, bro.
Right. So you've done jewelry for friends, for family, for rappers,
Yeah.
celebrities, and things like that. What would you say is like, how would I say? Because for me, like, I cut hair, I cut a lot of people's hair.
Yeah.
I cut some big names as well, and it's humbling for sure. It's
Yeah.
humbling for sure. But my favorite customers are always the ones that I see on a regular. They talk to me. It's family. It's always
It
family.
becomes family, right? Same here.
It's always family. So, and now, now you have a customer base, right? Because you start a business, your main thing is like, all right, cool. Well, I need to have a customer base first.
Yes.
Once you make your customer base, then you start to have some sort of structure. You start to have some sort of
Yes.
foundation. Now you're thinking about you're gonna have the storefront. What do you think is gonna take to get you to that level besides income?
a good team. Just during COVID, I actually made Twiz the Jeweler the company, legally,
Fire.
the LLC, and
Official.
official. If you're done with me, you know we do things the right way now. And all credit is due to my wife.
Shout out to wifey.
Catherine.
Shout out to wifey.
I know she's tuned in. My brother, if I could tell you a book smart person, the true definition of a book smart person, it's her.
You need that.
This is her. She helps me with that so much, and she took this business to the next level from where I was at, and I can only imagine where we're gonna be in the future. And I already know with the support from everybody and people like yourself and things like this, and her by my side running things, and whoever else is in part of my team, I don't think there's any challenge that I can't take.
Bro, I'm so excited for you, man, for that to drop, man. And you know, a team is definitely needed, you know, when you scaling things on a bigger scale, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, hopefully you could be, you know, I'm sure you're probably already somebody, maybe you're already in that route where you were like Fernando to you. You're probably like that to somebody else. Or,
I am.
Oh, there you go.
I am. Listen, one of my friends that was supposed to come by, one of my right hands, he's in the game, but not full time. Like he's in and out. My boy Chris, he took a little L last night, something else, so he was a little bit down, so he couldn't be here. But he opened a lot of doors for me, as I did for him, and he shoots ideas towards me, like how can I do this, and it's free game.
Right.
There's no price in between us. Like we help each other out. If you really deal with me and you know me as a friend or like as a person, I'm gonna help you to the best of my abilities, whether it be jewelry, friendship, or if I know somebody that has or can get whatever it is that you need, car help, whatever, you know, like
just love,
like genuine love,
yeah,
like
yeah,
there's good-hearted people that are gonna help you, and that's really who I am and who the people I keep around me are. I don't put my time and energy in people that are not doing the right thing.
Right.
You know?
Well, so I mean, you know, for me, when I'm looking for people that I'm working with, especially I'm hiring barbers and things like that, it's a whole nother animal, bro. Like I'm usually on the other side of that table. I'm the one being hired. Yeah. Now I'm on the other side of the table. I'm like, damn, I gotta hire.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. So, you know, what are you looking for when you? I mean, again, I know you have your guys that you're working with now, but like, what are you looking for? Maybe there's someone that's like, you know what, I might want to get into this. You know, what is Twiz looking for, or what would, if I want to get on his level, what would I have to become to in order to get to be in partnership, or, you know, people that you want to work with?
Your first step with me would be a strong work ethic. Don't be lazy. Don't, like I said earlier, those days that you don't want to do what it is that you got to do, do it. I started getting the boss's coffee, fam. Oof. Like, yo, go get me a coffee, like that, bro. Like,
right.
As a man, you don't want to be told to go get me.
Exactly.
Like, F you and your cup. No. You know? So it's like, put the pride down, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Especially on the days that you don't want to, and build a relationship of that. Somebody that has a strong work ethic and you lack in other areas, they're going to appreciate that more than a lazy person that's good at something that's not reliable.
100%.
You got to be reliable in whatever it is that you do. And that's what I look for. Strong work ethic, honesty, transparency, and good energy. And very simple. Like, you can see right through people if they have ulterior motives. Like,
very true.
You know,
it's definitely something that, you know, because your business on the line. You know, everything is on the line. It's not just, you know.
Shout out to my nephew Danny. He just said, "You're my idol. You're my idol, Danny.
Love.
I do a lot of things because of you. So love. You already know."
You know, there's a bunch, man. I'm not even surprised how much love that you're getting right now, bro. It's definitely doesn't go unnoticed, man. So we've been here a little over an hour now, man. And you know, if you guys have some last second questions, feel free to drop them in. If you're on IG,
questions,
you got
quick
some
questions, either for me or him.
I mean, yeah, you
I
can
got
ask
a question for him before we wrap it up. So
listen, you can ask me a question. Hey, go ahead.
I'll give. Let me see. Then let's give it like 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah,
if
if they
anybody
got
has a question,
you can
I'm
ask
gonna
me.
ask him a question.
Because I do have one last question to ask you by the end of it. So so I'll end it off with my question, and then we
Okay.
go from there.
So let's see.
But oh my God, P
Shout out to P
says
Gully. What he said.
very trusted service. A1. Yes, makes you feel like family.
family.
Yo, that's the theme of this, man. Like,
Yeah. Good energy, good vibes, family.
So I'm sure people are just enjoying this. They vibing out.
One thing, I'm never behind the camera. I'm usually the one recording.
Listen.
So this is the first for me. I'm nervous as hell, but I feel very comfortable.
I've been looking for a picture. I was looking for a picture of Twiz to put on the flyer for I was on IG for scroll through his whole IG. I Googled his name, everything, and literally you won't find his work. That's exactly. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna put you up there, man. So
Mike, what up?
What's going on, everybody? Shout out. Listen, man, if you're on the YouTube check-in, make sure you drop a like, drop a share, subscribe to the thing. If you're on Facebook, show some love. And everybody else on here that hasn't followed Twiz yet, his IG is right here on the bottom left-hand side. So
I'll ask you your question.
Yeah.
Question for you is.
Hold on, Catherine.
That's why
you should have asked me for a pick. I should have. Right?
So, question for you. Two-part question. First, how old are you?
I just turned 30.
30.
Yeah.
If you could give yourself advice to the 20-year-old version of yourself, what would it be?
Oof. So, it's funny. I just turned 30, and I wanted to celebrate this year a little bit different. This is kind of off topic, but also ties into my answer.
Yeah.
I celebrated my birthday this year a little bit different. Usually, I'm around a lot of people. This time, 30, I was like, you know what? I just want to keep it on purpose. On purpose, and that's really what it is. So, and that's what I would say to my 20-year-old self is to just be on purpose. There's a lot of things that's gonna come up in life, that whether they're excuses, whether they're events, whether they're things that you can't control ultimately. And all of that stuff is put there, not against you, but for you.
Yeah.
All of these things that's gonna happen at that time. And what I could say is really to just be on purpose, because a lot of time is really just is wasted. And if I could put it in the most honest way, a lot of time is wasted. And I'm not saying to not have fun, not party and things like that. It's just, if you're gonna party, cool, celebrate something.
Celebrate. Don't just go party to party.
If you're gonna go out, network.
Yes.
If you're gonna, so just be on purpose. That's really what I would say to myself. And that's something that I'm telling myself that every morning. Yo, what's the game plan for today? What's the purpose for today? Because if you woke up today with a breath of fresh air,
it's a blessing right there.
It's a blessing right there. You can't waste it. Yep. Somebody else didn't have that.
Yep.
So that's exactly what I would tell myself, man. So that's actually a really good question, man. I like that.
I ask a lot of people that question because I wish I could tell my 20-year-old version.
That's actually, one thing I would say. What would you tell yourself? What's something that you would say?
What your answer ties into a lot, it would be do a lot of things with purpose, because I didn't do a lot of things with purpose, but I gained a lot from it, from the partying, the getting to know people, many people, from going to street races, doing stupid shit.
Right.
My network of people grew so much. This is before the internet, not the internet, because I'm not that old, but before social media.
Right.
And I guess that was a big boost into the career that I chose after. And to piggyback off your answer, do things with purpose. You could get lost in the sauce and party every weekend, spend all the money you've earned, or fall into drugs, or fall into whatever it is that your vice is. And
not to say, like I said, that all of that is to waste. Like I said, things happen to you, but they happen for you. Yes. So you might have been out partying for whatever reason, had a blast, but you might have met somebody that you might have never, not have, crossed paths with, whatever the case may be. So, but be on purpose. So, I'll end it off with this.
What's up?
I'll end it off with this. Maybe two questions. This is actually, I'm just curious. If you wasn't a jeweler, what would you be doing? Other than if you didn't take this route?
Shit, bro. See, that's a very good question. I don't want to say I don't know, but I would have figured it out.
You don't have right. You don't. You might not even have to. It could. You could. It could be like, yo, it was this or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe DJ. Basic answer.
Yo, who wants to see Twiz the DJ?
Listen, I
Show
did,
some love.
I did DJ a little bit before the jewelry. Shout out to DJ Star, my boy DJ Senso in high school. Senso is lit. I think he's at Sugar Daddy's now.
Okay.
But he'll tell you. We used to do so many house parties, and I was a DJ, and he was a DJ too.
Fire.
So
I got some tables here. What's up?
I'm washed. I leave it to the pros, bro. Hollywood, what's up, bro? I see you.
DJ Twiz, right?
Nah.
Wifey says tattooing. I can see that.
Tattooing.
I can see it. Being an artist, you know.
Yeah. So that would be my answer. Probably DJ.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Man, if you know what, and like you said, you would have just figured it out anyway, and I would have. I'm sure we would have seen you at the same pinnacle in either or. So,
definitely.
Look, DJ Twiz is getting love.
That's my sister. She used to see the DJ time. Whatever.
So I'll leave it with this, and it's not. And my bad. It's not even really a question, but. What I will say is for someone who's, the entrepreneur that's just getting started or thinking about getting started, or for the person that's, maybe they at their 9 to 5, or they were in the position that you was in, and, you saw a whole nother world, because of your aunt, and you say, you know what, I'm going to take this head on.
Yes.
What exactly would be, how could I put it in a way? How could I put it? So, seeing all of this, because when you see the jewelry, you see the diamonds, you're growing up, and it's like, yo, I want to get involved. Not only do I want to get it, but like that's something I could get involved with as a business. Yeah. It's lucrative. It looks like a lucrative business, right? What's something that you would tell that person that is looking to just get out of their current situation? They're the type of person that's, it's been the same thing, same shit, different day.
Stagnant, right?
And I'm looking like, yo, I need that battery on my back. I want to be able to say, hey, I've been 18, 19 years in the game and I'm still going strong. And I'm matter of fact, I'm just getting started.
That's a fact.
So, what do you say to that person?
I would say definitely, again, work on your work ethic. Don't give up. Whatever it is that you want to do, be the best at. Don't half-ass it. We all know when we half-ass anything, whether it's a haircut. If you did a pristine haircut, right, or if you did a mediocre one. Right. Same for the jewelry. If you're sweep, mop, whatever, a janitor, be the best janitor that you are. If you're a garbage man, be the best goddamn garbage man that you are. And always make the next day better than yesterday. Progress in areas that you don't think that you could progress in, and just go full force. Don't give up. Align yourself with people who are going to push you, like my boy Jose, my boy Stacks, and so many other people. Have those people in your intimate circle that are going to get the best of you out from the current you.
Love that. Love that. You heard it here, live in the cut.
Definitely.
Live in the cut, man. So, Twiz, we want to appreciate you for jumping on here, man.
Oh, bro.
And sharing your story, man, and all these gems. Literally dropping jewels. So, for those that want to tap in, let them know where they can find you, on your handle. And if they want to do future business, let them know where they can find you.
The fastest way they can find me is at my Instagram at Twiz the Jeweler. It's on the YouTube. TWIZ_THE_JEWELER. There's also an email tab on my Instagram page. Hit me there. But just real quick, I do have to give special shout outs because whenever I watch these, I'm like, damn, man, my boy didn't shout me out or whatever the case may be. So I got a long list, bro.
Shout him out.
Again, Hollywood Stunts, best stunt rider in the game. He basically connected us here. Some of my best friends, Stacks, Haas, Jose, Esco, my boy Johnny, my only friend in Jersey is Johnny, and my other boy Jason, and who else is all my people on the gram, Ricky, Rexy, my Midnight Auto people, everybody, the tattoo people, Ink Couture, Ivan, Jazzy Camacho,
Love,
what am I
man.
missing? Just so many people, bro. Just show me
sure,
love.
And I'm sure if he missed you out, it ain't on purpose,
Yeah,
man. There's just so
definitely.
much love, man.
Yep.
You know, and there's still people showing love, man, on the ground. This is blowing up, man.
Right.
Well, listen, while there's still people on here, I'll entertain somebody with one last question. And this is just me being me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Montana. Is that a Figaro link? This? No, it's called the Hermes link chain,
Hermes link.
and it has diamonds on it.
Yeah, that's clean right there. You
know,
gotta see that.
Try to be a little bit different.
So I'm asking you this just because like people don't want to go home yet. So what I will say is, you know, dealing with jewelry is not a low ticket item.
No,
it's a high ticket item.
Yeah.
I remember when we had met up, you were I was like, yeah, you know, you can come meet me over here. I think I said something. I was in Brooklyn at the time, or I was in Brooklyn or something like that.
Yeah.
And you was like, we didn't really meet yet or something like that. And you was like, bro, I'm not just gonna meet you wherever you want me to meet you.
Yeah.
You gonna come to me because I'm holding the bag.
Yeah.
Has there been any incidents where it was kind of sketch, you know what I'm saying, or like, you know, it's, you know, you felt like, because you walking around, you know.
Thank God, no sketchy
right
incidents, nothing yet. And again, I don't do really street meetups like that unless that person is vouched for on both ends. I'm vouched for to that person, and that person is vouched to me.
Gotcha.
If it's a total stranger and we did have to meet somewhere public,
right,
I'll make it a real public place where there's cameras involved, this, that.
Exactly.
And again, the business, all transactions now are, majority of them are digitally.
Of course.
To avoid that money on the street, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, because that's what I'll be thinking about. I'm like, you know, because even as something as like a sneaker meetup, man, I remember people back in the day doing sneaker meetup, they getting got for just for $100, $200 pair of sneakers. But we talking about triple X, you know what I'm saying? So triple X.
Again, a word of advice for everybody, whether it be jewelry, you're selling sneakers, whatever. Just be careful. The streets they're hungry outside. You see other crime that's going on. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't wear your chain out thinking like you can't get got. Everybody could get got.
Different time.
And just, if you're in that situation, give it up. The chain is not worth your life.
Right. Put me on the insurance too. You was like, hey,
insurance, insure everything that you have, and just give it up if you're ever in that situation. Don't try to be the tough guy, because your family would be sick if they lost you because you didn't give up a chain that you can get anytime again in the future. So.
Right. And some people won't give it to you that way. They won't tell you the real like that. So hold on. So you got some questions? Some people still asking how do
I take payments? So we do QuickBooks invoicing. It accepts all credit cards, debit card, bank wire, Apple Pay,
Bitcoin,
checks. We take crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Shout out to my guy Ivan, man.
Ivan Paycheck, salute, my brother. See, that's one I forgot. Show me wild love since day one. Family, bro. Family. So
that's what's up, man. So, well, listen, man. We've been on here over an hour, man. I appreciate you for your time. Everyone that's tapped in here. This is live. It's gonna be live on. It's gonna be live on YouTube. Make sure you tap in. It's called Live in the Cut. And it's the latest episode. This episode is gonna be here for everyone to watch. And I'll make sure you get it too, so you can chop it up and we watch it, man. But again, I appreciate you, my brother, for tapping in.
And my ultimate last shout out, wearing the shirt, my boy Tone passed away. Ash Cash, you already know it's love since day one. Stay strong, you and the family, and you know you got a supporter on my end since day one. So
love, man. I appreciate y'all. And
everybody,
we live in the cut.
Later.
Peace.
Close.